what Usopp did to Mr. Luffy Dick Rider 666 in the latest chapter?
How do you do that?
Lord in heaven, Usopp needs to close the gap between him and his dad before the final war truly begins. And with Elbaf on the horizon, we all want Usopp to get an Elbaf power-up ever since Dressrosa, ever since Little Garden, ironically, yet unironically screening for which I think has been quite a while now, Conqueror's Haki. And I got some pretty cool ideas on how this could play out, so stay tuned folks, because we're about to take this theory to some exciting places. Hopefully, one of those places will be Elbaf, if we actually get there, for real this time. Now here's the thing.
Then I do my thing, and I eat chicken wings.
Usopp has always battled with fear and self-doubt, traits that are not really typically associated with Conqueror's Haki, which is reserved for the hierarchy of leaders. But One Piece consistently reminds us that strength can appear in unexpected forms. The Amazon Lily arc, which explores the relationship between beauty and strength, is relevant to Usopp's potential development of Conqueror's Haki. This arc, primarily through Boa Hancock, who embodies physical allure and immense power, the perfectly packaged baddie, emphasizes that true beauty lies in strength and independence. Hancock's mastery of Haki and her vulnerability and love reflect the deeper theme that even the strongest individuals have their weaknesses, and strength could take many forms. This exploration of strength and vulnerability could be a key factor in Usopp's potential growth and unlocking of Conqueror's Haki. We even see how Luffy's weaknesses are highlighted during this time in Amazon Lily, and how he reflects upon the talents and strengths of his crew that can make up for his special needs. And so this reflection from Luffy perfectly ties into Sanji's words to Usopp at Enies Lobby, where he emphasizes that everyone contributes in their own way, and that Usopp's role as the crew's sniper is irreplaceable. While Luffy may be the captain and the strongest to protect his crew, Usopp's strength lies in his resilience and ability to stand up, even when his big peepee shrinks whenever a moment of cold and chilling fear grips him. And that's why his journey may be building towards something more significant than we expected. Could Usopp's fear and perseverance lead him to unlock Conqueror's Haki? It's a wild take, but it's worth exploring as we dive into 3 ways this transformation can unfold. Usopp has always dreamt about becoming a brave warrior of the sea. People like the Giants, Dory and Bragi, these guys are the classic archetype warriors. Bold, fearless, physically strong, and Usopp, he sees them as the ultimate goal, thinking that in order to be like them, he needs to become this fearless powerhouse himself. Now, remember that One Piece is all about growth, and Usopp's journey is a prime example of that. As the series goes on, it becomes super clear that bravery isn't just about having no fear. Usopp's story shows that real bravery is about facing your fears head on. His biggest growth moments always come when he's forced to confront these deep insecurities, and instead of running away, he finds a way to push through for the sake of his friends. Take his fight against Perona at Thriller Bark. Perona's whole thing is exploiting people's negative feelings like fears and insecurities, which sounds like the textbook definition of shit that would make Usopp shit his pants. But it's because of his already negative nature that he's managed to take her down. This is a huge example of Oda through Usopp, showing that bravery isn't about pretending you're not scared, it's about finding the strength to act, despite that fear. And honestly, it kind of makes him one of the bravest characters in the series if you think about it.
Stop the cap.
And it doesn't stop there. Usopp's experience keeps building on that idea of what real bravery is, especially during the raid on Onigashima. There's this really underrated yet powerful moment when he calls out Kinemon and Kiku for being ready to throw away their lives for honor. And Usopp's like, fuck that, I'm saving my behind, my forehind. For him, bravery isn't about dying in some glorious last stand, it's about surviving and protecting the people around you. This is where you really see how much Oda's philosophy in writing Usopp's character has evolved. If Usopp were to awaken Conqueror's Haki, that would be the perfect representation of his growth. And his version of a brave warrior of the sea is all about challenging the traditional ideas of power. Now, a huge part of Usopp's journey has been his struggle with self-worth, and this self-doubt has been a major crux for him. And honestly, it would make the idea of Usopp awakening Conqueror's Haki so impactful. Awakening Conqueror's Haki wouldn't just be about him unlocking some new awesome power, it would be symbolizing his acceptance of his own worth. That is the heart of Usopp's story, finding value in who you are, not who you think you're supposed to be. Usopp has always been the master of exaggeration, fabricating stories and using his cleverness to escape situations where his strength couldn't. He's been bluffing his way through fights for most of the series, and it's done it pretty good. But here's the thing, what if Usopp doesn't need to awaken Conqueror's Haki to make people believe he has it? That literally happened during the raid on Onigashima when he baited people into thinking he was unleashing Conqueror's Haki when it was actually Big Mom doing that at the time. He's clearly capable of tricking his enemies, tricking people like Chopper. Usopp has relied on stories to create an image of himself as a brave and powerful pirate. Even though these stories are bullshit, we've seen that some of them over time actually come true, and that he does end up fulfilling the hype he's always boasting about. So maybe because of how Usopp is capable of changing people's perception, this skill could be the key to faking Conqueror's Haki by simply leveraging his own growing reputation. While I feel it's more acceptable to tie Usopp to Conqueror's Haki through honorable means, as honor and pride play a significant role in Elbaf's ethos, which he is wholeheartedly inspired by, this idea does underscore Usopp's role as a trickster and strategist, turning his lies into reality. But what if Conqueror's Haki isn't just for the naturally fearless? What if it's also for someone like Usopp who fights despite his fear and inspires to do the same? Usopp could awaken a version of Conqueror's Haki that's not just about overwhelming people with sheer force, but about encouraging the weak to rise up with him. Again, back to Dressrosa. After Trouble exposed Usopp's lies to the Tontatas, Usopp found the resolve to stand up for them and fulfill that legendary hero role he made the Tontatas believe he had in him, which in turn gave the Tontatas that second wind of hope to carry on through the Operation SOP. And again, with the Coliseum fighters, Usopp fumbled his way to godhood, and that became the ray of light for the fighters he freed from living a permanent life as troll dolls. That's Usopp in a nutshell, leading by example even when he'd rather do anything else. Usually, Conqueror's Haki is used to overwhelm and dominate, but Usopp's version would be different. His Haki wouldn't crush others, it would uplift them. So to wrap this up, Usopp's journey is a masterclass in character growth, from dreaming of becoming a brave warrior of the sea like the giants of Elbaf, to realizing that real bravery isn't about being fearless, but about facing your fears head on. And that's exactly where these three theories about Usopp potentially awakening Conqueror's Haki come in. So what do you guys think? Do you believe Usopp has what it takes to unlock Conqueror's Haki? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this discussion. This is your DJ Willie D, and I'm signing off.